Hey, if you're a dog owner here in Coralville, you get it. Having a great dog is awesome, but it takes some work. So in this guide, we're going to walk through everything you need to know to find that perfect trainer for you and your best friend.
All right, before we get into the details, let's just think about the goal here. What does success look like? It's not about having a little robot dog. It's about those calm, enjoyable walks along the Clear Creek Trail, or just being able to chill at home without any chaos. It's about a better life together.
So why does good training matter so much here in Coralville? Well, it's all about getting your dog ready for real life in our city. Think about the Iowa River landing on a busy day, or just hanging out at St. Morrison Park. Good training gives your dog the confidence to handle all of that, no problem.
Okay, let's talk about the how. The gold standard in modern kind training is something called positive reinforcement. It's really simple, actually. You reward the behaviors you like, which makes your dog want to make those good choices. It's super effective, and even better, it builds this amazing, trusting relationship between you two.
Now you've got a couple of main paths you can take, right? You've got group classes and private sessions. Group classes, they're fantastic for socialization and learning to listen with other dogs around. Plus, they're usually easier on the wallet. Private sessions, though, are where you get that one-on-one attention to fix specific problems, like maybe your dog goes nuts when the doorbell rings. You can work on that right there in your own living room.
Okay, so you're ready to look for a trainer. But how do you know who's the real deal? Well, a great place to start is by looking at their qualifications.
You might see a bunch of letters after a trainer's name, and they can seem a little confusing. But these ones are worth looking for. They basically mean the trainer has put in the work. They're committed to learning and using methods that are backed by science. For instance, that first one, CPDTKA, that tells you they've logged hundreds of training hours and passed a big exam. It's a really good sign you're talking to a serious pro.
And this is a big one, a really big one. You want a trainer who builds your dog up, not one who tears them down. Any trainer who talks about using fear or pain, that's a huge red flag. Sure, it might stop a behavior for a minute, but it doesn't actually teach your dog what to do instead. And honestly, it can cause a whole host of new problems.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks. We need to talk about two really practical things: how much this is all going to cost and what you absolutely need to ask before you hire anyone.
So here's a rough idea of what you can expect to invest in training here in the Coralville area. As you can see, group classes are generally the most affordable option, while something like a board and train, where your dog lives with the trainer, is a much bigger investment. This should give you a good ballpark for your budget.
Okay, screenshot this slide if you need to, because these are your 5 must-ask questions. When you're interviewing a potential trainer, their answers to these questions will tell you everything you need to know. You're looking for clear answers about their methods, their experience, and how they'll work with your specific dog. This is how you find the right match.
So you've got your trainer, you're making progress. Now it's time to take those skills out into the real world. But before you do, let's just quickly go over a few of the local rules here in Coralville.
6 feet. That's the number to remember. When you're out in public here, your leash can't be longer than 6 feet. It's just a simple safety rule to make sure everyone, dogs and people, has enough space. Here's the deal with local rules. The big one is the rabies vaccine. That's state law, and the tag has to be on your dog's collar. What's interesting here in Coralville and Johnson County is that you don't need a separate city license. That rabies tag is your dog's registration. Also, keep in mind that excessive barking can be considered a public nuisance, which is another great reason to work on training.
Now for the fun part. Where can you go to practice all these new skills? The Coralville Dog Park is perfect for working on recall in a safe, fenced-in area. The Clear Creek Trail is awesome for practicing walking nicely on a leash past bikes and runners. And if you want a real challenge for your dog's focus, head over to the Dog Beach at Terry Trueblood. We've got some great spots.
So remember what we talked about at the beginning? Those peaceful days at St. Morrison Park? Those relaxing walks through the Iowa River landing? With the right trainer and a little bit of work, that can totally be your everyday life.
Finding the right trainer is such a huge step. A well-trained dog is just a joy to be around, and it opens up your whole world. You can have friends over without worry, you can enjoy our beautiful city, and you can build an even stronger bond with your companion. We wish you the absolute best of luck on your training journey.